All right, guys. This is one part of a series of continuing education things, or more like information for you guys going forward. And so, the first one here is on social media. There'll be several more of these on different topics, but this is one that I thought was important, kind of based on something that's going on currently. So, this is covering the EM social media policy and how to use social media to build your own brand. So, not just EMs, your own as well. So what is social media? This is something that you guys probably all know. Today's age, everything is social media based to some degree. So social networking sites like LinkedIn and Facebook, blogs both online and personal, micro blogging sites like Twitter, online encyclopedias like Wikipedia, and video and sharing websites, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, Flickr, and there's a bunch more as you see it here in the picture. So EM social media policies, I'll basically go over the do's and don'ts. There's a part of it that's in your employee manual. If you want to go back and take a look at that, gives a little more details. I'm just going to hit the hot points here. You do want to create a coaching identity separate from your already existing profile. So you don't want to use your own personal profile when you're talking about what you do for work. I encourage everybody to have their own special coaching profile, but as well as your own personal one. I mean, like, you're a person, so you got to have your own thing, but you should also have one to promote your brand as a coach. So what you should do, promote yourself and your accomplishments, build your brand, promote yourself as far as the athletes you train, some of the new things that you're using, tips, tricks, tools, all those things. You want to try to get as much information out there into the world as you can, promoting you, and in turn promoting EM. So do post, like, and favorite retweet EM accounts, your own building, whether it be Anaheim, San Diego, Corona, or Rancho, because that further promotes you as a coach by promoting that particular building's tweets or posts. Think before posting. Okay, this is very, very important. Read and reread before you post. Okay, a lot of things can be you go to post it kind of in the moment. I always say that to write it, reread it, and then decide if you're going to do it. For two reasons. One, you want to make sure there aren't any typos, and then two, you want to make sure that whatever information you're putting out is still going to be valid after you put it out. Like, if it's just something you feel in the moment and it has no bearing outside of that moment, you probably should just wait. Get more information on it. Think more about it. Put something out there that's going to be a little more long-lasting. Remember, your job comes first, so don't let social media affect your performance. As much as I want you guys to be promoting yourselves and getting videos and pictures, remember that you are a coach first. Okay, you're not a social media personality, so don't take time away from work where you're actually working to use social media. So being on the floor coaching and at the same time liking someone's Instagram post or looking at Instagram or anything like that, it's probably not a good idea. If you're grabbing content for your social media or EM social media, do it in a time where you're not actually coaching or where you can coach constructively without it getting in the way. All right. So here's some of the don'ts. Again, there's more to this, but this is kind of just the big ones. Don't personally follow customers, especially those that are minors. This is a big one. The large majority of our clientele are minors. And so you don't want to get caught up and that's kind of a sticky situation where you're following a kid and liking or retweeting some of their stuff. You have to be very careful about who you choose to allow to follow you if you have that option, and who you choose to follow. Don't necessarily accept every friend request. Okay, this goes for parents as well. As cool as you may be with them when they're training, you don't want them to be completely into your life, and this is more for your own personal profiles. Like, Facebook is a big one. You'll get a bunch of parents on there that'll try to follow you or friend you. Be very careful of that, because you're going to post something. All right, bro. Have a good one. You're going to post something that is going to end up, maybe being something that you don't want out there. Okay. Avoid talking religion and politics on your own coaching site. Okay, now on your personal stuff, I mean, your religion and your politics or whatever you want. Like I'm a strong believer in my own faith or religion. I have my own feelings about politics. I try to avoid on my own personal coaching pages to not do that. On the pages that are my own, where I just interact with who I consider to be my friends, I'll say whatever I want. And then anything that I write, though, is still the same thing. I write, read, and reread before I allow it to get out there, because it has to be something that's defensible. I don't want something to get out there that I can't explain later, or that is just in the heat of the moment, and now I'm stuck with it because that stuff doesn't go away. You delete it, but it stays out there forever. It just takes one screenshot to kind of frame you forever in this light. Okay? Don't give out sensitive information about yourself, your coworkers, or the company, financial or personal. Again, keep your coaching pages coaching specific. Your personal pages are personal. Be aware of who you allow into those worlds, right? Because if you give away information and something happens because of that, you're liable. Okay, so you want to make sure that you don't do that. Okay, anything that you give away should be something that you're okay with the world knowing. So what does that mean? In developing our philosophy and policy, I'm just going to read this straight up, and then I'll kind of explain it. In developing our philosophy and policy and guidelines for social media, we have engaged all levels of employees because you are the stakeholders. Right? You guys make this company move, and so we have looked at all levels of it. Okay, personal use of social networks like the personal use of cell phones and the internet and email should be reserved for non-work time, with emergencies being the exception. So here's the exception to that, though. Obviously, if we're doing an Instagram post, we're taking pictures or shooting videos, it has to be done during the actual activity of the day. So that part, there's going to be some overlap there where, that part can't necessarily be avoided. But excessive use of it is probably what that's more leaning towards. We want to use social media to engage employees, clients, and our community in conversations that will help us improve people's athletic ability by personalizing their training experience. Okay, and so that's our goal with social media. When we're working with our clients, we want to try to engage them and have them buy in and believe in us, and we believe in them, and kind of create a community of trust, right? And so that's why we're using social media to reach them where they're at. One of the goals is creating a workplace of choice. That culture demands engaged employees, and we believe that we cannot limit access to social media tools that help our employees be engaged. Okay, so we don't want to limit you and stop you completely from using social media. We just want to be responsible when we use it. I encourage it. I think it's great. I think if we avoid using social media, we're going to lose. So I want you guys to be able to do it. I want you to use it, but I want you to use it smart. Okay. So what we believe and take seriously our employees' ability to express themselves freely and openly. I mean, you're a person first, right? Like I always say, I believe in the people first and the business second. We believe that we all have the responsibility to ensure the effective and efficient operation of EM Speed and Power by abiding by our policies and completing the work that we are paid to accomplish. This just makes it means do your job. Don't let social media take away from your ability to be a great coach. It should enhance that ability, not take away from it. Okay. We believe that all employees should understand what it means to be a fitness professional, and that your professional reputation is reaffirmed daily. Okay, so you are responsible for protecting that professional reputation. So don't do anything silly in the workplace or on social media, right? That's going to come back to haunt you as a coach or us as a company, right? Be responsible, be professional, right? We believe that social media does not create a new world of communication and responsibility, but it only creates a new tool, okay? And we are still responsible for protecting our patients and yourself every day, okay? So it's just a tool. We use it to communicate, but it's not a new world of communication, okay? We're just using it to accentuate the communication we already have with our clients. So how do you build your own brand? Okay, many of these platforms are not going anywhere anytime soon, and they provide you access to the people that matter most for what we do or sell. Okay, so your clients, your athletes. Okay, your athletes are teenagers. Teenagers are in love with social media. This is their world, right? And so we need to be a part of it. So some statistics from last year: more than 50% 56% of online adults use more than one social media platform. Okay, so that's 50% of all adults. Okay, 75% of male internet users are on Facebook, as well as 83% of female internet users. Okay, so everybody's on the internet. So 75% of those are on Facebook, 83% of those are on Facebook. Okay, LinkedIn has 450 million user profiles, and almost 80% of the time spent on social media platforms happens on mobile. Okay, so it happens on phones. Almost nobody uses the computer for social media. Okay, so phones are the way to do it. Why you should build your brand. Employees have an average of almost 1,100 social connections. Okay, employees have 5 times more reach than the company. Okay, so EM is a big company, but you as an individual have 5 times more reach because people believe in you. They come and train with you. Okay, you're their coach. They believe in you. Okay, they love EM, but they love you more. Okay, employees' social followers are 7 times more likely to convert. So that means they see you on social media, they are more likely to come train with you. Or train at EM because of you. Okay, 84% of the people trust recommendations from friends, families, colleagues over other forms of social marketing. So we can put out great ads and killer videos, but if they hear it from you or they hear it from someone who knows you, they're more likely to come in. Okay, so while EM social media accounts are important for sharing, interacting with customers, and establishing a brand presence, your social connections can actually amplify brand visibility. Okay, so you are the key to building EM in the social media sense and in the real world. Okay, you increase lead quality, drive web traffic, and boost social recruiting. Okay, which leads to more bodies in the building, and more opportunities for people for you to train, as well as more personals, more opportunities to make more money. The bigger EM gets, the bigger you get. The bigger you get, the bigger EM gets. It's like a symbiotic thing. We work together as a group to improve each other's quality of life as well as the company's quality of life. Okay, there's much more to that, but that's just kind of a brief, quick one. This is the first, like I said, of a couple that I'll be putting out. I'll probably do something on programming, and I'll try to keep them short, 15 minutes or less. I know 15 minutes seems like a lot of time, but there's a lot of information to cover. So I'll be sending these out to you guys, all right? I appreciate you listening. And if you have questions or comments, you can hit me on social media You Can Call Me Coach on Instagram and Twitter, or you can text me, all right? But since it's a social media thing, I probably want you guys to hit me on social media if you got it, all right? Have a good one, guys.